And good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Fireside Casts. I am Eki in the booth with Not a Valve Game, bringing you amateur semi-finals between Bilbert Fan Club and Rapid Eye Movement. First map of the day, something you don't see very often, is going to be Clearcut. Then we'll go to Sunshine, and Sultry will be our decider. I am feeling pretty excited about this upcoming match. I think we're going to see some good gameplay between these two teams. How are you feeling?
I am pumped, man. I'm super pumped. This is this map I actually tested in the testing cup, the RL test, whatever the name is. I don't remember, but I tested it with the Highlander team I was playing with a while back. I think this map is not a great Highlander map, but in sixes, I think it could work pretty well. So I'm super excited to see what these teams are going to do. I won't expect anything too crazy, but it's really just what do they bring into the field?
Yeah. Not to keep these teams waiting for much longer, I do want to go ahead and take a quick look at these rosters. So, looking down at for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, your Pocket Scout will be Mickey, your Flank Scout will be Gwen, your Roamer is going to be DW, your Pocket will be Vidhan, your Demo will be Synthrill, and your Medic will be Fist or Meatball Freak. And then for the side of the Bilbert Fan Club, Pocket Scout will be Finnegan, or Finn again. Your Flank Scout will be Chad. Your Roamer is going to be Floyd. Your Pocket will be Squish. Your Demo will be Makey. Not sure how to say that, but hopefully one of those two is right. And your Med will be Cal.
I'm sure one of those two is right. You know, it's listen, you've got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
All right. So you probably won.
Yeah, I mean, I hope at least one of them is right.
I wouldn't be too overly concerned.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you mispronounce things. What can you do? But like I said earlier, Clearcut for our first map, which is not something you see very often in playoffs. You really don't see teams agree to play Koth as their first map, let alone their second map in a playoff settings. Usually it's 5 CP all the way, and then they throw in Koth as their decider should it, come down to it. I do want to say that real quick, if you got some leftover channel points, maybe you've done some gambling on this channel in the past, throw some channel points up. Put up your bet, get it twisted. You will profit if you throw some channel points into the gambling ring. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to expect between these guys. I haven't really been keeping up with the amateur circuit ever since my season ended, so I just hope these guys will be able to kind of provide some good gameplay between them. Obviously, Rapid Eye Movement is at the very top of Open right now.
They're undefeated, aren't they?
Yeah. So I was looking at them earlier, and from my understanding, they have only dropped 4 rounds total the entire season. In regular season, they dropped 3.
That's intimidating, to say the least.
To say the absolute least. Yeah, it's pretty scary. So I think the first time it happened, they in the round of 16, they didn't drop any rounds when they played up against Dark Jerf, but we'll talk about that a little bit later because we are going live with Clearcut as our first map of this best of 3 series to determine who is going to move on to the amateur finals here. And I think I'm going to let you go ahead and steal away this first mid. Well, DW will go down. Finnegan is going to be able to find that pick. It looks like the side of Bilbert is going to be trying to get some early aggression onto the point and pressure off of getting DW taken down here. Uber is looking significantly better for Meatball Freak here, though, as he has about... well, it's actually kind of dwindling here. It's not as good as I had previously seen. But Bilbert will have a decisive win, at least for the first 15 seconds of point time.
Yeah, that pick onto DWW was really the decider there to back off, but Squish goes down.
Yeah, with Squish going down here, they're going to be down a soldier. Their health is also very, very poor on the side of Bilbert Fan Club. It does look like the Uber came out from those sides. Mackie going to be going down here as Mickey is able to find the pick. And it does look like we have Finnegan trying to escape here, but just getting thrown up into the sky. Will get picked off by Mickey, and that is going to give the side of Rapid Eye Movement a pretty good safety net. Just based off of respawn time alone. Bilbert Fan Club is going to have to wait for their scout to come up and then get into position to actually be able to push out. So Rapid Eye Movement has a good bit of time to just kind of sit back, build their Uber, get ready for a potential
went
sack.
Down again. This posturing is very awkward, but right now you see that red side just has so much defensive pressure to play in like this, and he keeps forcing them back.
Yeah, they keep getting thrown back the side of Bilbert. They just can't really get forward. I do want to point out DW is looking to get in from behind, but does give away his position, realizes that they're starting to push up through Valley, so he is going to peel back and try to come in from the side of Killbox, who just jumped away from there. Does get a nice rocket onto Cal, and they are actually going to be successful in getting that force out. So, Rapid Eye Movement taking the great initiative there, trying to get the sack. It is going to be Finnegan finding DWW, but the counterpop comes out from the side of Rapid Eye Movement. They're walking across the point to try and find a pick. They're going to be able to find Cal and Chad here, and Vidhan does die, but it does look like, at the end of the day, Rapid Eye Movement going to be coming out of this fight on top.
Rapid Eye Movement played that incredibly well, able to back off immediately when that Uber came in, and it was just a little bit of, patience. You just gotta wait. That Uber ran out, and then the scout came right in and picked the med, and that's just, a complete reset out of, I keep forgetting their name, Bilbert? What is it exactly?
Bilbert
Fan Club is what it is. Bilbert Fan Club. What an awkward name. But again, there's gonna be another mid contest.
Yeah, it does look like we'll be seeing another mid-fight. Chad will go down early as Mickey finds a pick. We'll also be able to find Squish here, so a soldier and a scout down for the side of Bilbert Fan Club. It does look like Floyd is in on Meatball Freak. He gets the kill all on his own. Gwen is not able to find the pick onto... excuse me, is not able to find the pick onto Floyd there in time to save his beam, so it does look like Bilbert Fan Club will be coming out with their beam, trying to recontest that point as they are down a sizable amount of time.
Right now, it's just the stalling game. You've got time to waste right now. Blue can take the point, and you've got plenty of time to repush. They have to push now. So if you lose the point here, you're not too sour about it, and they know. So they're playing it back. They're playing it safe. They don't want anybody to get picked just yet, and they're just waiting. They're reposturing for this Uber to come back up, sitting at 44% now, but it looks like they're walking back in.
Yeah, they don't want to waste any time here. They know it's going to be relatively close to even, and they know they're going to get that Uber a little bit earlier on the side of Bilbert. They did give a little bit of space early on, and they do end up losing Finn again for it, but I don't think it'll matter too much. Chad is going to be able to find DW. Gwen going to be able to find Squish, though, and I do think for the side of Bilbert Fan Club, even though they have their Uber now, it's better for them to kind of just play back a little bit, but they are going to use forward. They're going to try and get the Uber to come out from the side of Meatball Freak. He's on 90, 100 HP, slowly regenning. That Uber will come out from him as he waddles forward, tries to get some picks with it, but isn't going to be very successful. Does look like it's just going to be an exchange happening over the point, a little bit of a nothing burger of an exchange there, but we do have Bilbert trying to come back in. Squish will die trying to get forward.
Red gets it barely. It was inched out little bit by little bit, but Red now has it. Now you got to play back in. You have to play back in. You've only got 15 seconds now ticking over to get back into it, but we're looking for a pick here. And Floyd is in on the back, being chased down by Vi. We're looking for a med drop here, and we're not going to get it.
Yeah, no drop in play, no reset for the Uber. Does look like Bilbert Fan Club, they really have to play perfectly now. It is overtime for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, so all they have to do is have one good fight and one good wipe for Bilbert Fan Club, and they can pretty much win this round and get that score on the board, set it up 1-0 in their favor. Bilbert Fan Club trying to get in. They do have 2 picks, so they don't really have to try that hard, but they have to be wary of Meatball Freak and his Uber as they're looking to push in very, very quickly and just try and take the fight into him. I do think the better play for Rapid Eye Movement, if they want to be as safe as possible, is to take a sack and just get the pick onto their beam, but they're going to opt for the exchange. They're going to be running across the point there. Good force from the side of Rapid Eye Movement nonetheless. We do have, I believe this is Gwen, getting thrown into the back line of Bilbert's kill box here. Chad will go down. Floyd will be able to find Gwen here, but it is even players scout for scout, so every player alive is still mirrored.
So back and forth right now, back and forth, but they keep dancing on this point. If this point is capped, though, the game will end. Cal goes down, and this is dangerous now for Bilbert, and Bilbert gonna have to go back to the club.
Able to maintain control at that point, but they do get it down to 23 seconds left on the clock, managing to get a good chunk of time taken out of the timer. But that scoreline will be 1-0 for REM. They will be up that round. They still have 3 more to squeeze out as they have 3 more to squeeze out if they want to take home the dub, though.
Yeah, this is, again, this posturing from blue side is very, very aggressive. Bilbert fan club looking for a pick. Floyd, dangerous on the back, and Squish goes down as well. That's 2 picks already. Both soldiers are down, and nobody's really too hurt. I say that, and DWW goes down.
Yo, DW going down here, it does look like they're going to be able to trade that out. Gwen specifically going to be able to trade that out with the help of Mickey by getting, I believe this is Mackie or Makey and Finnegan. And they will have 2 players down for the side of Bilbert. And Rapid Eye Movement going to be able to grab that point relatively quickly as well. And make sure that they are able to keep time on the board. Meatball Freak, full HP. I believe that was a sack attempt coming out from Floyd trying to get in there, but did get caught off. Synthro and DW going to go down here to the hands of Finnegan, and I believe that was Chad. Does look like Uber Exchange happening right in grass here, right in front of Saw. Looks a little bit better for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, but I don't really think it's going to matter. They have faded about the same time. Does look like Gwen going to be going down here as we have Vidhan up on Red Roof. Has to back away, though. Is super weak. A lot of damage coming out onto Meatball Freak and Mickey here, but they are able to get away in time and secure their Beam's life.
Yeah, it was 40 seconds taken off by Rapid Eye Movement right there on their timer. So we have, we still got the breathing room. We're not under the same pressure we were last time for Bilbert, but that shot was crazy, and Finn goes down. Floyd falls right after.
Yeah, Floyd has fallen. Does look like Rapid Eye Movement wants to take this aggression in and try to find some success, and that's actually what they're going to be able to do. Is they do find Chad, they do find Cal as well, pretty much wiping the entirety of Bilbert fan club, preventing them from maintaining any more control over that point. And Rapid Eye Movement is going to keep time ticking off of their side. Now they're maintaining that Uber as well.
There was an excellent wraparound by GW there to cut off one of the soldiers. I don't know which one it was, but it was an excellent pick there because of the pathing he took. And a little poke going to be exchanged back and forth between Squish and the other team, but Pablo goes a bit too far forward. We're looking for a bomb in, and he's not going to find anything.
Yeah, does find nothing. We do have a rebomb coming in from Squish. Not quite able to find anything either. Floyd will go down, tries to go for it, but is not successful. Sometimes you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, as they say. And going for that garden there, probably would have been better to go for the bomb, but what's the point of that? You don't get style points.
I'm gonna be honest, that would have made such a great clip if we got the Mark Gardner there from that tight window, but we're here for a win, not the clips. Again, we're going for another bomb here. Floyd wrapping around the backside, looking to see if he can get to this med, but the med's way far away.
Yeah, it does look like that exchange is going to happen, though, nonetheless. Cal getting knocked forward onto the point will get juggled up into the air. Does look like it's even players, though. Demo for demo, so they have the opportunity to continue playing Vidhan. Going to try and get in and collapse from behind, but isn't going to be supported by his team. No one's really able to collapse with him. 2 players down on the side of Rapid Eye Movement now. They cap that point, shortening the spawns for Rapid Eye Movement's players. It does look like DW going to be jumping over the point here. Is taken down, though. Massive nuke from DWW, nonetheless, finds... or DW rather, takes down the pretty much the entire combo, save for the demo and the medic, but it doesn't matter as Gwen is able to get in onto Cal and will take him down, making it so Rapid Eye Movement pretty much has a full Uber ad.
We gotta cap the point, guys. We gotta cap the point. We're not doing that. Sorry, it's just like we walked off the point for no real reason. We're trying to get
they don't want to deny their
points. Players.
I don't believe they had a Gwen. They didn't want to deny them by capping.
Good point.
So
that's a really good point, actually. That is, I forgot about that. That is something that would have denied him being able to get back in sooner. But now we see him watching on this flank side. You see DW looking for another pick as Floyd going in again, wrapping around the back side. Again, they're all stuck in this little house over here as the Uber comes in.
Yeah, the Uber does come in from the side of Rapid Eye Movement. They're trying to get as many picks as they can. They managed to find Cal in that, so very good heads-up play from the side of Rapid Eye Movement, just trying to take out the combo of Bilbert Fan Club and prevent them from getting on the point as they are forced to come in for the reaggress when their players spawn. It also staggers them. They do lose 3 players for it, though, potentially 4, as Synthrill is very low. They do still have Meatball Freak alive, keeping him up and in the fight. Looks like Finn again going to be able to get in and do a lot of damage. And it will be Chad finishing off Synthrill, and Swish will be able to find the pick on a Meatball Freak. So it does look like, while initially that fight went good for Rem, it ended up actually going in favor of Bilbert.
It was really scrappy, but Bilbert capitalized perfectly, being able to, you know, kind of loop around and clean up the scrap almost. You know, you see how Rapid Eye Movement is now, you know, regrouping here, building up some Uber before they go in, but it looks like a bomb's coming through.
Yeah, bomb will come through from Vidhan, initiating the fight, getting a lot of space for his team, will have to jump away. Does look like, though, the side of Bilbert is looking to reaggress quickly. Mackie gonna go down here as Vidhan finds that pick. It does look like, though, Gwendolyn barely surviving with 1 HP, has to run away. Big bomb coming in from Squish, though. Gonna be able to get a lot of damage and force the players on the side of Rem back, but their beam is still alive. Cal still has Uber here. It looks like they're gonna get forced. They were maybe looking to build for as long as possible and try and, you know, squeeze out that Uber. So now they really have to go in deep and try to find Meatball Freak, which they may or may not be able to do. Meatball Freak is on 70 health if they can just get one more shot onto him, but the target priority just isn't there. Chad takes down Vidhan and will get taken down by Gwen in return. And at the end of that fight as well, Squish gonna go down too. So this is not looking great for Bilbert at all.
Almost got picked.
Cal does get picked! Oh no.
The stars aligned. The stars aligned for Rapid Eye Movement. Oh no, man. Everything fell apart. It was so perfect and then it just wasn't. Everything fell apart.
Yeah, everything was going great until it wasn't for Bilbert. I mean, they just couldn't find the necessary picks to make sure that that fight kind of panned out the way they wanted to. They couldn't get in onto Well, it's not that they couldn't get in onto Meatball Freak. It's just that they weren't shooting Meatball Freak as much as they should have. That situation, what they really needed to do is just kind of pretty much all in for Meatball Freak there and make sure that they can't get that Uber in time for the next fight. But unfortunately, that's just not what happened.
Yeah, that's more what I meant, is that they were trying for him, but they just didn't. You know, they didn't try hard enough. They gotta try harder here.
Yeah, I guess that is the way you could put it. Boom! Big spoon from Floyd onto DW. That's a clip to put in your montage. Glenn will take him down in return, though, as they are able to find the pick. Vidhan gonna have to back out here, so pretty much no soldiers alive for the side of Rapid Eye Movement for the time being. Gwen is in upper kill box, very, very low. Does look like Rapid Eye Movement trying to get this regress in early, but a big bomb coming in from Squish will be able to knock Meatball Freak back into a corner on 70 HP, but is slowly regenning rather. Will be forced to play in that alley. They both have Uber, both beams have Uber here, so it's up to Meatball Freak to determine what they're going to do here.
It's a little awkward right now because they want to, you can see how Rapid Eye Movement wants to come in now, but the Ubers are popped and it looks like they're just kind of stalling each other, looking to chase down this scout. But they're kind of just looking at each other because they can't hurt.
Yeah, the shiny players are doing a little bit of a handshake in the shack there, and unfortunately for Bilbert Fan Club, they're not really going to be able to make anything happen with it. They were down 3 players, I believe, when that Uber got popped, so they really couldn't make anything happen at all there. They were at least able to squeeze out 40 seconds of cap time, but the real question is, will they be able to come back in and try and get a refight? And make something happen, because I mean they kind of have to get in and make something happen here, unless they, you know, fall into time disad. Squish is gonna crater.
I think that realistically we're having a bit too much. The soldiers are getting a bit too antsy to make something happen on the side of Bilbert right now. They got to be a little bit more patient before they go in, because the team isn't. I understand they're going for the pick on the med. They're going for a pick before they push in, but they gotta slow it down a little bit before they go for it. Wait a little bit longer. But a fight's coming in, they don't want to wait any longer. They're going for it.
Yeah, Mickey going to be able to get onto Mackie here. Will be a free pick for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, but Ubers are still in play. Uber fading a little bit earlier for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, but it looks like at the end of it, Bilbert is going to be the ones losing this pretty heavy-handedly, as they lose Cal, they lose Squish, they lose Floyd, they lose Chad and Finn. I mean, this is brutal. for the side of Bilbert Fan Club. There's absolutely nothing they can do there as they edge closer and closer to 1 minute of time disad.
That was clinical from Rapid Eye Movement right there. This is what you look at and you see clinical. This is what the definition is right now at this moment. But that was not clinical. They do trade though.
Yeah, they do trade. Gwen going to be going down here at the very least for Bilbert. They actually find Synthril as well, so no demo alive for Rapid Eye Movement. Maybe they could have held without one of their scouts, but big bomb from Floyd, able to get the Market Garden onto Vidon here. That's 2 gardens in this one map already. I think we can see where Floyd's priorities are. He's going for them sick, nasty clips.
Listen, sometimes you just gotta go. That's a confidence booster more than anything. That's something that, isn't always talked about. A bomb comes in.
Yeah, they're going for that initiation, trying to get that exchange, or not the exchange, rather, trying to get Cal to die. They are potentially going to be successful as a big bomb comes in from Vidhan. He's going to be able to get behind. It's Gwyn in from the flank and able to take down Cal. DW going to be able to find Floyd, and Mickey going to be able to find Mackie. It's nuclear for the side of Rapid Eye Movement as they take down all of Bilbert Fan Club.
That is brutal. The only one to slip out, I think, was Finn there. Finn barely made it out, but it was... Man, Cal was safe, and then he wasn't, and it was just, oh, no. It just was, he barely made it out, and then he took a pot shot from the scout there, and it just made it so much, it reset everything. Now we've only got 45 seconds to make a push here, so Bilbert has to make something happen. Looks like we're trying to make something happen for Squish, or we're bouncing back. We only have so much time, but we do still have to be patient. We gotta look for the time. And no, Meatball Freak is posturing himself so that he's not in the position to get picked.
Yeah, I think we're going to be seeing this desperate re-aggressive attempt from the side of Bilbert Fan Club. Cal goes down, big bomb from DW. Mickey going to be able to find Mackie. Gwen finding Chad as well. These guys can't be stopped. They just keep taking down Cal. Bilbert Fan Club had all the time in the world to play with there still, but they just got too antsy. They went in too quick, and they lost Cal for it. They pay the iron price and will lose this third round, but not doom and gloom yet, as they still have one more to try and perform a reverse sweep, or at least get themselves on the board. But for the time being, it's 3-0 Rem.
They got one more. And I think a point that I was making with the momentum, with going for those market gardens, listen, it's flashy, it's clippable, right? But there's a lot of confidence that comes with that. When you get that, you get excited, you get hype about it. And that's sort of like a confidence booster. It gets, the comms gets them positive. As we see, we're going to need some positivity as this mid-fight breaks out.
Yeah, we do have Floyd going in deep. We'll be able to land a nice rocket onto Meatball Freak, but can't quite land the second one. Meatball Freak does drop to about 50 HP, gets taken down. Nice pipe from Mackie. So now it's on Bilbert to protect their beam, but a double bomb from DW and Vidhan. They're just not able to protect them long enough, and unfortunately for the Bilbert Fan Club, they will be dropping all of their players.
Squish looked for a jump in there, and it seemed a little unnecessary, but Squish does get the demo. So I guess it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, it works. If you can get your team a pick there and get them a little bit of a larger, entry window to try and get in, then why not take it? Maybe a little risky. I mean, yeah, if it works, it works.
And now they get to push in with a huge advantage with the demo on. Rapid Eye Movement allows them to get this control on this point and get to posture the way they want to, forcing everybody out, but Squish wants more.
Yeah, they want a lot more, but he's not going to be able to get it, as Gwen is able to find the pick and take them down. One player down, especially having that player beat a soldier, is going to be a little detrimental, but Floyd from across the map going to be able to land a nice spam rocket onto Vidhan, but it does look like Gwen going to be able to find Floyd. Now Chad as well by the hands of Mickey. Finnegan will be able to find Gwen, but at this point it's up to Bilbert to just back up here. These Ubers are pretty much even, and they'll just have to look to either send in some kind of foreman or go for the exchange, and I think they are going to go for the exchange. Finnegan doesn't clear that trap there, will get taken down. Bomb, Fade actually coming in from Squish to get some space, and I believe we're about to see the next fight happen here in a couple seconds.
Both meds have 100%, so we'll see who pops first. It is Rapid Eye Movement.
They are looking to push forward. They're going to be able to find Floyd. They find Squish a lot earlier in that as well, so no soldiers alive for the side of Bilbert Fan Club. They're not really able to get that as long-range damage as I think they would like to. Big damage coming out onto Rapid Eye Movement, though, as a lot of their players are just not able to get healed. They're a little too overextended or a little too deep, and I think Bilbert Fan Club, if now was the time to reaggress, that time is now. You know, they have the opportunity to go in quickly. Gwen going to go down. Squish going to be able to find the rocket that closes out that pick, and I do believe we have a fade from DW, but as it stands right now, Bilbert Fan Club will retain control over this point. This is the closest round I think we've had so far.
It is really close this time around. You know, backs against the wall, that's when you perform best at this point. Really, I feel like these fights have been determined on whether or not a demo has been alive. I've seen the demo getting picked. A lot of people are going for the med picks, but the demo man has really made such a huge difference here because that last fight was in the favor, and the demo man was the thing that got picked, but Ubers are popped again.
Yeah, those Ubers are popped again. It is an exchange attempt trying to pop through. Swish will go down, and it does look like Bilbert does, at least for the moment, have the upper hand as they are preventing Rem from getting in. Meatball Freak gonna go down. This is big for the side of Bilbert, but they need to death ball around their beam now. If now was a time to, or if there was a time to get your beam inside of bunker, now would be the time. They are going to be able to stop Vidhan from bombing in, but DW comes in from the top rope with the steel chair and takes down Cal. Is going to get picked up by Chad, and Floyd will be able to find a market garden of their own, and I do believe we are witnessing a pause. Oh no, I think the server just lagged.
No, it was just, I didn't see a pause. It was just the server lagging for you, unfortunately. But, you know, right now, if you are Rapid Eye Movement, you've got time. And I think they know that. They are posturing for a bit of aggression, though. And they are looking, getting on top of this roof, and they're still taking aggressive posturing. And it looks like Bilbert is respecting it. Maybe a bit too much here. But Bilbert, again, now pushing back in, and they're waiting for these Ubers. But look at the back. Floyd gets picked.
Excuse me, you'll have to...
It's a little dangerous.
I got water down the wrong pipe.
It's a little bit dangerous right now, you know? I see a Squish having to jump away, and now looks like Rapid Eye Movement get the point for themselves. DW picks up Squish, but he's going to fall down himself to the two scouts gunning him down. So, again, slow it down a little bit. You now have the freedom. You've got the time. They have the backs, the pressure onto them. You can take this round. You just got to slow it down a little bit. We've been playing a bit too fast. And this time, we're coming in with the Ubers.
Yeah, those Ubers are in play now. They are trying to push forward on the side of Bilbert. Looks like the Uber will be slightly better for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, but they're already on the fall deck that it's not looking too well for them regardless. Finnegan will be able to trade out Swish with Mickey here. They try to come back in, but DW will get taken down. Big damage from Floyd here as he's able to find Meatball Freak and Vidhan. Finnegan going to be able to find Gwen as well. So this is pretty decisive for Bilbert Fan Club. We may just see them get around on the board before too long, as there's only 20 seconds left on their timer.
Yeah. Rapid Eye Movement has to, you know, move rapidly this time around if they want to get in there. Meatball Freak is nowhere close to Uber, where Cal is only 20% off, and they're using this Boston Basher to charge it up to make sure they have it for this. But they are looking for a bomb in. They're looking for Cal, but Cal's playing safe enough.
Yeah, does look like Cal going to be playing just to defend that point. They pop, actually, and they're staying on top of the point to prevent any more Uber from, or prevent any more Cap from coming out. They are going to be able to get the dat onto Mickey here. Vidhan and DW going to go down. Only Squish dying in this fight for the side of Bilbert Fan Club, at least during the fight. Meatball Freak now Gwendolyn, and it looks like Synthroll, last one standing, not going to be able to find themselves onto the point, and that will finally put Bilbert Fan Club up onto the board, making this the fifth and only fifth round that Rapid Eye Movement has dropped throughout their season.
You know, that is really well done by Bilbert there. They didn't take it too fast like they have these other games, and that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see them slow it down a little bit. You don't have to play at this lightning speed that they've been forcing. But, you know, they're trying as we go into this mid-fight.
Yeah, they are trying. I mean, if you're Bilbert, you kind of have to play this perfectly, so you can't really afford to be trying to throw yourself at a wall and hoping that something works. Finnegan will go down, traded out by Floyd, who finds Vidhan. Yeah, Cal is pretty separated from some of his players. They just keep jumping away from him, unfortunately. Mackie going to go down, so will DW, though. It is a little bit of a trade, and looks like Bilbert just trying to get in here as they have a player ad.
It was very awkward because the bomb came in onto Cal, and Cal was separated from his team completely. And Squish had to do a little jump around, but the Ubers are coming out.
Yeah, these Ubers will come out. Does look like Rapid Eye Movement tries to use in very early and get that force out from the side of Bilbert Fan Club, but it's just not successful. Meatball Freak is, from the looks of it, going to be able to back out here, though, but he is staying in a little too much, I think. But with Floyd and Finnegan being down, I don't really know if there is too deep, as it is a big bomb from Vidhan, not quite able to find Cal, as they are also able to pick up that pack. And it does look like Rapid Eye Movement, despite having the worst Uber there, they're just going to be able to kind of walk back in and reclaim control of that point, not trying to deny Vidhan, so they're going to cap now. But yeah, I mean, Rem just kind of came out on top there, despite everything.
They were trying to force Uber there, but Cal actually didn't have it because of that time he was spent separated from his boys. So that was just, they were trying to force something that wasn't there, unfortunately, and Cal was able to grab it just in time to push back in. But like, push really didn't work out for them. But again, we don't want to take this too quickly. This time around, we're looking to come in now and double Soldier Bomb, looking for Meatball Freak.
Yeah, at this point, you know, you could send in a double sack, you could try and, you know, waddle forward. Oh, it's a trap from Cal as Synthral with the trap on the tower finds him, and that will be massive for Rapid Eye Movement as Meatball Freak sits with 100% Uber advantage. Big Bomb comes in from Mackie, but not quite able to find anything, and that will be Rapid Eye Movement with a minute worth of time ad on the board, and Uber ad, and player ad. I don't think you can get any better for him.
If the Market Gardener was a momentum shift, that was a brick wall that was just thrown in front of their face right there with that sticky trap. That was brutal to see because Cal dropped there. It was a huge drop. And it looks like Floyd's trying to make the same thing happen, but the bed is super safe in this house right now. But he might go down.
There is a possibility, and they do actually end up forcing. They don't want to drop there. They know that they can get a little bit more value out of it if they just use 4, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to be able to find 4 players for it, 2 of them being relatively late deaths. It does look like, however, Bilbert Fan Club is looking to come back in with that Uber ad that they have now found themselves in ownership of. Big Bomb from, I believe this is Floyd, getting the demo knocked up into the air, and they will be walking forward ever so slowly. They're taking their time with it, but they are walking forward nonetheless. They don't really need to be this slow. I don't think they have that Uber. They could just walk across the point, but I think they want to maybe bait in some of the players from Rem, which I can respect. Big Bomb from DW, but not quite able to find anything. Cal is super weak, though. Has to back out.
Yeah, he has to back out, and he was, that entire time, by the way, he was building Uber in the spawn room with one of the scouts there. I believe it was Finn with the Boston Basher, making sure he was safe while that pick was going on to force the Uber. So he was under no threat right now. But both meds are about to be even with Uber again, and you've got to hold this point if you're Bilbert right now, because you are at such a disadvantage. Almost 2 full minutes now with the point, and you know, you got to play this perfectly. We said it before at the beginning, but now you really got to play it perfectly. They're looking for Cal again. We gotta play it carefully for Cal.
Yeah. Uber does come out from the side of Rem. Uber for Bilbert Fan Club will be significantly better, though, if they waddle forward and don't flash anyone a bit too much. They are going to fade out about the same time. Even players here, as both soldiers on both teams go down. Floyd will die very, very late into that fight as well, so that's going to be a pretty late soldier death. But it does look like Bilbert Fan Club is still in it with their scouts and their demo alive. They should be able to hold on to this point, and it looks like they're going to be able to. But, I mean, unless their soldiers can get here in a timely fashion, Floyd may be able to set himself up on maybe tower or red roof. Things may go pear-shaped pretty quickly, as we do have Rapid Eye Movement pushing forward. Ubers are almost part of the equation here, as
Syndrol.
Al is pretty close.
Yeah, Syndrol has to play careful, but we're gonna take so much damage that we're gonna end up cratering, taking our own damage from the rocket there, trying to jump away. DW going down as well. Squish going to meet his maker, but we are in firm control of the point right now. We got 60 seconds before the game is over.
We have a little bit of time before that actually happens. You know, before Bilbert gets themselves to 2-3, there is a possibility it can happen. You know, anything can happen.
Oh! I love this defensive posturing, and the med was dropped by the Market Gardener. That brick wall was just blown up by a bomb right there, but Cal's in the corner. He's got to pop.
Yeah, Cal is backed up into that corner there, but that massive garden from Floyd will open up the possibility for them to just be able to use that and maintain control of the point. Now, what really matters is if Bilbert Fan Club can win this upcoming DM fight, because it's even Ubers, and everybody on each team is alive. So you just have to make sure you play around your med properly. Play around your demo as well, because these are the players that are really going to be able to shut people out. Your med is going to be able to keep everybody alive. Big bomb coming in from DW as he goes over. Blue roof is inside of house. They do let the cap go into overtime, but they're C9ing!
Oh. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. They didn't pay attention to the point, and they lost their cap time on it. Overtime went over, and they unfortunately ran out of time.
Oh no. Oh no.
Brutal right there.
I mean, you hate to see it if you are a Rapid Eye Movement fan, or if you're Rev in general, but they are still up around, and it is still map point. So Rapid Eye Movement, if they shut this one out convincingly, they could very easily take home Clearcut with a dub under their belt. That makes 6 rounds that they've lost throughout the entire season. Looks like Bilbert is going to be putting up much more of a fight than maybe Rem anticipated. A lot of damage coming out from Mackie, but he gets launched forward and will die in front of the point. So Bilbert Fan Club has to get out. Their health is very poor. They don't have the HP to try and move forward. So they're going to have to leave.
Carefully. Look at Cal. Okay, Cal was very low at one point. He backed away. He's safe now. He's got a bit of healing, but they're going in with an Uber. They popped, and they're looking for a pick on Meatball, but Meatball pops.
Yeah, I think they just wanted to use in to go in and get that force, which I can respect. Try and get those Ubers out of the equation for when you have to push in again. Keep in mind, throughout that entire fight, the point had not yet been captured, so time has just started ticking down. Floyd will get the Garden onto Meatball Freak towards the end of that fight, making him to be able to find Finnegan, and I believe he found Floyd earlier as well. Yep. Oh, wait a minute, Cal's getting rushed by Mickey here. He gets taken down.
No, that's just, listen, the Garden, and then the Scout just rushed down the med. This is brutal. Both meds are just about to come up now, and Meatball Freak has about, a 15% advantage, give or take. So, I mean, it's not going to be too crazy, but if they play it tight enough, they could try and make him drop. But Cal, last time he was playing it safe, he was building in base. But this time, it looks like they're trying to get back and keep control of this point.
It's another Garden from Floyd. This man cannot stop hitting the steel chair kills. I can't believe it. It's the soldiers going in for Cal on the side of Rapid Eye Movement, but everybody's turning back. Mickey's in on Cal again. It's just a repeat of the previous fight. Squish is able to trade, but it doesn't matter. As Meatball Freak spawns in early, we'll be able to get about 25-30% ad very, very early on before Cal will end up spawning. I mean, this is just... I don't know how to describe this.
I checked the clock really quick because I just had to check if we went back in time, like a minute or two, because that was literally the exact same thing that happened twice in a row. Floyd in danger, but Floyd will get Gwyn before he goes down. No, he's not even going down yet. Looks like they're pushing back in though. Bomb comes down and they're kind of posturing here. They're not going full in yet. I say that as Finn gets picked.
Yeah, it does look like Finn will go down here with the help of Meatball Freak kind of just pocketing their demo there. That's really all you can do in a situation like this. Squish will go down. Mickey going to be able to find that pick. They do have DW in behind, getting some rockets onto Chad, but Floyd will turn around at the right moment and find that pick. Does look like Rapid Eye Movement is trying to posture themselves very forward on the point and get themselves into a position where they can try and take a very aggressive fight. Especially now that they have that Uber on lock. It does look like Meatball Freak going to be running forward. Cal on 13 HP here. They don't have the Uber just yet. They need to keep Cal alive if they want to be able to counter pop here. And they need to use quickly if that's what they want to do. Scout comes in from behind. Gwen is not able to get in time and will not be able to find the drop onto Cal. And it does look like Bilbert Fan Club will be able to push forward. They will be able to find Meatball Freak. And they are going to be able to find success in getting that point.
That was a clencher. The breathing was heavy from Cal right there. Because what was it, 13 health, something like that? That was brutal right there. But he barely got to that Uber, and he even held it on for a little bit too. He stared Gwyn in the face. So you're not gonna make me drop here for a couple seconds before using two. That was got a lot of gall for that. But another mid fight coming out.
Yeah, there will be another mid-fight, but, I mean, at this point, it doesn't really seem like there is much of a fight. I mean, Bilbert Fan Club has to go away pretty quickly there. It does look like it's going to be very dominant for the side of Rapid Eye Movement. They will be trying to squeeze out a little bit more of time ad. It does look like Meatball Freak won't have Uber just yet, but I think they will be able to push forward and find themselves a position where they can get in, but they're actually not fast enough. And they will lose Mackie, they will lose Squish as well. DW going to be able to find a 2K there. Ubers do come out looking a lot better for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, as their Uber has only just now faded. They have these players caught in a very precarious position, and Cal and Finnegan both go down as Rapid Eye Movement, only 40 seconds left in the clock.
Yeah, they've got Bilbert's got to get in there, right? Because you've only got so much time, but you still have that time. Right, you gotta get this Uber back up. Cal is at 10% now, and he almost just got picked again.
Yeah, this is really scary for Bilbert. I mean, they have to play this very, very well. They need to find themselves the window to get in. They need to make themselves a window to get in anyway, as if they want this round go in their favor, they need to get on that point. They need to flip it, and they can't worry about denying players either. They kind of just have to go for it. We do have DW coming in from behind. We'll be able to jump in. Does land a nice rock onto Cal. He finds Cal again! This man can't be stopped! The point does flip. There are 3 seconds left for Rem, so they have a little bit of time if they cap that point to, make a blunder and have Bilbert get some time back on it and maybe make something happen. But they have so many players alive on the side of Rapid Eye Movement that I don't think it really matters.
It really doesn't matter. Because right now, you're down 2 and you're going to defend this point with your life, and Finn goes down. He defended it with his life for sure, and his life is gone. Cal in danger again, taking some rockets, but he's alive barely. He's his last-ditch effort. He goes down, and game going the way of Rapid Eye Movement.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, that was pretty close. Bilbert Fan Club put up a good fight. They really, really tried to, give it their all, and I think they did pretty well in that regard. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest, but sometimes your fights are going to be a little scrappy, especially on Clearcut. It's kind of an awkward map at times to. Oh my goodness gracious! If we take a look at these here logs, Mickey has 52 kills, 22 assists, and 12 deaths with 361 damage a minute and only 274 damage taken a minute. I mean, goodness me.
That is disgusting. That's all. What else can I say about that? That is gross. I mean, wow. This guy put on a clinic. I say clinic, but clinics are usually clean, and that was gross.
Yeah, that was that was a game. I mean, all things considered, with how the odds seemed so stacked against them, they kind of, I mean, they performed very well on the side of Bilbert. I mean, could they have done some things differently? Yes. But, I mean, they got it so close. They got it so close so many times. Like, it's hard to really comment on it because logs only tell part of the story as well. It just tells you the flat out score and, it shows you the stat line. But, goodness gracious, if this man did not put up the craziest stat line I've seen on Clearcut in a while.
I mean, what else can we say other than that? This guy put on 52 kills is wild. I mean, like, it is miles above. The next closest person is the other scout on his team at 31. No, excuse me. No, 35 on the soldier on his team. That is the next closest. That is still nearly 20 more kills.
Wow. But I do want to say, Synthral does still have the most damage. Him and Mickey are just kind of softening everybody up. I mean, well, Mickey's just kind of cleaning everybody up and softening them up. He's really doing both jobs. He's just playing cleanup crew and is the one making the mess. So, like, I mean, at least he's responsible. At least he's cleaning up after himself. But, I mean, that one was, that last round, it looked like it looked like Bilbert could have gotten themselves up, and we could have seen, a 3-3 game. But unfortunately, they maybe mistimed an Uber or made a misplay there, and they just weren't able to take home that third round. But this next map we'll be going to will be Sunshine, so things are gonna change. We're gonna be seeing some shift in play style. I actually want to recheck again who picked which map here, because I do believe. So yes, so Sunshine is a Bilbert pick. So Rem actually ended up picking Clearcut, and given how close the Clearcut game was, I'm interested to see how Sunshine goes. Obviously, from the casting perspective, I'm hoping it goes, to a third map. I'm hoping Bilbert wins because I want to cover a third map. But I honestly don't know who to bet on winning this one, really.
Realistically, I think that is entirely possible for Bilbert to win this. They did not look like they were getting pub stomped. They weren't getting trounced in that game. They had fight back. They came back for 2 rounds and they won them before they had, their little before the match was over. It was very, very close. And this is being their map of preference. It gives them, not a home field advantage, but it gives them a little bit of more confidence. This is the map we picked. This is the one we want to, get our win on. And then we're going to move on to Sultry afterwards and get our win again there. We got a couple wins on the Koth map. We know we could beat these guys and we're going to come back. We're going to do it again. That confidence, the market gardeners aren't the only thing that gives us confidence. It's those rounds, those wins still can give us confidence. And I think that that's going to be a huge part is the how it's doing in the comms, the positivity. And I'm sure there's a lot of screaming when you hit a market gardener on the bed for what, the 3rd or 4th time in a set. I mean, I'd be yelling.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe the things we saw on Clearcut aside from the fact that, like, it was just, I mean, it felt like bare knuckle boxing we witnessed in on that Clearcut map. I mean, it was just, there were times where it was super back and forth, and I think those instances kind of happen more often than the moments where a fight was super one-sided. I mean, I felt like it was kind of uncommon to see a one-sided fight there. Obviously, one team would come out on top, but there was usually not, at least not very often, there wasn't a fight where, neither team would lose a player. There would always be someone dead in a fight, or at least 2 people going down. Bilbert was able to make some chips in the armor of rapid eye movement, but I mean, that's also Koth, so it plays significantly differently. There's a different, set of there's a different way of playing Koth compared to how you would play 5CP. So it's going to be interesting to see how Bilbert changes to play around rapid eye movement here. And, seeing as I've never seen either of these teams play any maps until now, I am pretty excited to see how Sunshine is going to go.
It is, man, I'm just excited that we are getting such good games from these teams, right? I was afraid, I was a little concerned, especially when those round advantages started going the way of rapid eye movement. It was, I was getting a bit concerned, but then the comeback started to happen, and now we're here. We're on another map, and we're at the home. I said it before. We got the advantage, the map pick advantage. So I'm really hoping that this time around we're getting like an even closer game. But it looks like we're going into it soon.
Yeah, match will start relatively soon, and like you were saying earlier, they have that kind of that map pick, that home turf advantage, as you were calling it. They were kind of they're looking at this map like it's, this is the map that we feel the most confident on out of the ones the easiest on. DW is really quick into this mid. We'll be getting some good spam into the choke. Nice rocket. Does land onto Mickey here, and a lot of damage will come out. Big bomb from DW as they're able to land on the Cal here. Very early med death. Does look like Gwen going to be trying to fight. I believe this is Finn inside of Red Cafe. We'll get traded out with Chad, and it does look like, despite Bilbert losing their beam on this mid, rapid eye movement will be backing out, and Bilbert will be winning the mid fight.
I mean, that was more so because of the way that Bilbert postured the fight, right? You saw them immediately moving towards Red Cafe, despite DW being in a really good position to throw some rocket spam at Bilbert. They were able to kind of corral the fight through Red Cafe and make it difficult for them to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they kind of just made it hard for rapid eye movement to get themselves in a position where they could really make anything happen. It looked like DW going in for Cal was kind of their sign that they were going to get ready to pull out. It does look like Vidhan going to be jumping forward here. Cal knows that he can't play too far forward, and Bilbert is kind of just using that mid being capped as extra time really to pull away and kind of just build out that Uber. Make sure they at least have it for this last, which is really all they can do given the way that mid went. They don't have the opportunity to really hold on to second as their players have to spawn in. But it does look like we have DW going in deep. Lands a nice rocket onto Cal, but doesn't find the pick, and the force isn't there. Cal actually didn't have his Uber yet, so there couldn't be a force. Uber is part of the equation now, but does look like rapid eye movement is going to slow down just a little bit.
Rapid Eye Movement also did just lose the advantage they had on their Ubers, so now it's going to be, Uber for Uber here when they push in, and they have to be a little bit slower on their push. But they seem to be content waiting at least a little bit before, they're ready to come in. They aren't too antsy about this. They're content to see if Bilbert wants to walk into this area before they walk in, but it looks like the team, Meatball freaking the boys, looking to do some tomfoolery as they walk in this pathway, but they are spotted out by Floyd.
Yeah, they do have the pyro alive for Bilbert to stuff an Uber, regardless of which doorway it comes in. Does look like DW goes in to try and get something, will get taken down by Chad and Finn, both pinching and finding the pick. So that's the sack for the side of Rapid Eye Movement. Pretty much over. Does look like Squish tries to go in for the counter, but Vidhan will find the kill and will take him down. Be going to be able to find
They're switching back
the
now.
free pick.
They're switching back now.
Wait a minute.
They want to push in.
Wait a minute. DW up on the Pootis, rolling out through Valley. Wait a minute. And the heavy post to Uber strat, I think, is coming out right now. Finn is checking for those off classes, though.
Yeah.
They know that they're going to have that heavy in... Wait a minute. They didn't check the heavy. So now Squish is on Sniper. Oh, no.
That is brutal right now, but they're pushing in with the Ubers right now.
Yeah, DW is waiting, getting ready to come in from the top left.
Heavy's
gets flashed
here
as he comes in for that post. He's coming in the post Uber now. They actually aren't really able to get anything out of it, at least for the time being. Mickey is going to go down as Finn finds a pick. Will get traded out with DW, though, but DW really isn't able to find anything, and... they're kind of just going to have to pull away. They're actually getting ready to reaggress through barrels here. Chad goes down. Synthroll able to find that sticky and get the pick. But, I mean, I don't really know if DW's Huda strat is going to work out here, and it won't. Gets taken down by Finn. Cal going to go down here, though. So this is pretty big for Rapid Eye Movement, as that is going to prevent a lot of the players on Bilbert from being at a healthy enough HP to get in and effectively defend. Floyd tries to jump forward, will get blown up by that sticky though, and despite that, it looks like Rapid Eye Movement is just going to back up and wait to take their Uber.
They are waiting for the Uber, but Meatball just got it up now, and Cal is very, very far away, and the demo's coming in immediately for that Uber.
And they have some good cap time, not the greatest, but they have a lot. Looks like DW going to be bombing in onto the Pootis, getting a lot of damage. Big spoon from Floyd as he takes down DW, but the cap is still there. Floyd gets a second one. He gets Synthroll as well, tries to go for the third. A lot of damage on the point, is able to find Meatball Freak and win. But as Mickey, the last one standing, is able to secure the round for Rapid Eye Movement. Very, very close. I'm surprised Floyd is able to get 2 spoons there, but goodness me.
Oh, sorry, Cal typed in the chat, ! Resize me when he switched class. Oh, no. That's actually really funny. Mid rollout again. DW, absolutely supersonic on his rollouts.
Yeah, get some good damage onto Cal here. That first early rocket, even though it's only about 50 damage. Ooh, Squish gonna get taken down. Synthroll is gonna be able to find Cal as well. The pipes are crazy. Floyd is gonna be able to find DW here, and it looks like the entirety of Bilbert with a red health is gonna have to leave. They gotta go. They're gonna have to set up on last already.
Synthroll finding Cal there is a bit of an ambitious phrasing. I'm not trying to. But DW hand-delivered Cal right to Synthroll right there. You saw him absolutely launch him into that. That was insane. DW absolutely putting on a clinic right now. He is showing us what you need to do in these games as a soldier, man. That is insane.
I mean, yeah, DW is putting in work. Gwen is going to be left to cap the point here. Rapid Eye Movement knows they have that Uber ad, so they're going to be walking in through dungeon. They're waiting to the last second to use, as they should. Textbook Uber going into last here. They're not quite able to find any picks for it, though. They only get the Sentry. Floyd finally goes down to DW, but it looks like the Pyro doing some good work. Cal finally dying to Gwyn here, but the cap time, I think, is just a little bit too much. I don't know if Bilbert Fan Club is going to be able to get onto the point, and they have no body to stand on top of it, and they will secure themselves the second round. It's 2-0 Rem right now.
Listen, DW may not be on the board for the MVP, but he is the MVP of that round. Because that whole thing was sparked from him launching Cal right into the loving arms, and I say loving as a very generous term, of Syndrome right there to get the absolute drop right there, and that was insane. DW again with another rapid loadout, and we'll see if he's able to get in again. No, he's immediately picked by Floyd.
Yeah, they're anticipating it. He's done it 3 times in a row now, so really all they can do is wait for it. Big bomb from Vidhan, though, as he finds Cal, Mackie, and Floyd all going to go down. Chad going to be able to find Vidhan, but Finn and Chad all go down as well. I mean, it's just, there's nothing they can do after that. It looks like Squish is probably going to die to the Scout as well. They do have Synthroll and Meatball Freak chasing behind. Squish is just getting rushed down. That's a very late death, 20-second respawn as well.
Brutal. And we're already on second point here. We were going to have to sack this anyway, but it's already super, super rough if you are on Bilbert, because we're already being pushed back into final, and we don't even have anything extra set up. We're going to have to switch to the heavy for Pablo, and the Sentry is coming up in a bit of a weird spot, but I think that's kind of where you want it. Uber coming through.
Yeah, maybe if they had like a sniper, they could pop someone, you know, they could just click on ahead before they come in, but I don't really think that's going to be on the table for them. They are going to lose Chad here very early. That was their heavy, so they won't have... It was Gwen, and now it looks like potentially Vidhan, and I believe this is DW going to go down as well. It's a wipe for Rapid Eye Movement as they beef their last push, and Bilbert Fan Club prevents them from going 3-0 on Sunshine.
It does, for now, it prevents them from going 3-0. We still got the potential, you know, but we capture second again, and we're going to be holding mid. Does look like we do have the Kritzkrieg picked up, though, for Meatball here, and that is interesting. So we're going to see Syndrome be likely going to be the target of this.
Yeah, I think they maybe swapped to crits because they thought Cal might have more Uber than them, so they wanted to take it in quick, or maybe they just want to take a DM Uber and just to blow everyone up before they even have a chance to react. Cal is it's made of vibranium, though, just isn't going down. Will manage to escape through dungeon. Chad dies, but even with Cal surviving here, 40% Uber, while a crits is running at them. Crits are finally coming out. They're actually not quite able to find anyone just yet, if they're going to be even able to find anyone at all. It's now over.
Squish.
Nobody's found. Squish is finding Synthroll now on Mickey and is traded out by DW.
That was... Floyd stalled them in that by putting rockets perfectly to keep them bounced in there, and then Squish was able to come from behind and blast them out. That was perfectly done. I don't know if that was like coordinated, but it just ended up all coming together, and it was just absolute perfection.
Yeah, I mean, that was really, really well played by Bilbert there. They were able to try and... well, they were not even try. They were able to successfully keep Rapid Eye Movement from getting in and really getting anything with that crits. I think once they realized it was crits, they all just kind of hid behind the cover like you're supposed to, especially once they got that pop. Gwen will go down, but they're getting back-capped here as Vidhan goes down, but it's Mickey alive on the point, and no one's able to turn around in time. Pretty much everyone is dead, and they go down.
Unfortunate, but you always got to watch for that back cap. I mean, that's just... You got to be there. You got to be making sure somebody is watching for that back half. And unfortunately, it was just too slow. And we weren't able to stop it. But we still got one more round. We got one more round before it is locked in for a 2-0. And this is where they were, you know, last time. They were here last time, and they finally got some wins.
This is exactly where they were previously. They finally got some momentum in on that mid. They did lose their beam for it. Cal will back all the way up into Cafe. It does look like Vidhan tries to go in for that pick, but does get taken down. And Finnegan will find Synthral. Does look like, for the time being, Bilbert has the player ad, but their health is pretty poor, though I don't think anyone on the side of Rapid Eye Movement is going to be pushing in. And thankfully, if you're a Bilbert fan, they're going to be able to find their first successful mid-fight win where they keep their beam alive and not have to give everything up immediately.
Look at DW though. He's posturing. He's looking for a pick, but this time it was answered by Squish, and Squish takes him down. That was they're looking for DW this time, making sure he's not in sneaking around trying to get their med picked.
Yeah. Rapid Eye Movement is trying to play very far back. They know that this is kind of a dangerous situation for them now, DW being down, but with Mackie going down, Synthral going to be able to find that pick, does kind of, you know, give them a little bit of a safety net, and I don't think Rev is fearing anymore. They realize they're kind of stuck inside a valley. They have 2-3 picks, but they lose Gwyn here, so they are going to pull back. They are going to make sure that they stay away, not trying to overextend here. They just want things to go smoothly, and they will pull back. Squish is dead here, so I believe Vidhan going in for some kind of sack does get taken down, though.
Little Meatball goes down.
Ooh, wait a minute.
That's actually massive now, because we get another push in by Bilbert, but Bilbert does have 2 scouts behind them, but it looks like they found it out. Pablo goes down, and it looks like both scouts will as well.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for Rem at all. With Meatball Freak dying there, Cal has full Uber to kind of throw themselves into last with. I don't think this is going to bode well for Rapid Eye Movement. I think we're going to be able to see Bilbert Fan Club getting themselves on the board, at least for a round. Stickies are on the point, haven't yet been cleared. That Uber is going to pop out, and they will be pushing forward, getting a lot of damage on the left side of Spawn, but the Heavy and DW both haven't gone down yet. Big jump coming in from DW, tries to get over the barrels and get on top of the beam. Will be successful, as actually Vidhan coming in that post, and will be able to take him down. Does look like it's going to be Chad on the point, does take down Meatball Freak. It's just him against Synthral, and Bilbert Fan Club is going to be able to get themselves on the board, making that scoreline 1-3.
That is Chad _Giga to you right there. Taking down 3 right there. And that was... Also, I heard a Brass Beast rev up there. Just a little side note. But again, we got to make sure that we're watching for DWW, because every single time he's been doing an insane rollout and getting there way before anybody else. But we'll see if he makes it there again. Looks like he's going a different route this time.
Yeah, it does look like they're trying to take it through Valley this time. They want to be a little bit more careful. They know that...
we answered it.
Ooh, wow. They knew that Bilbert was aware of DW going fast and spamming through the lower portion of point. They lose a lot of their players early. Meatball Freak is actually re-aggressing with Mickey here. I think they maybe just wanted to try and grab onto him to get out, but unfortunately, that's not going to bode well for him, and Meatball Freak is thrown onto that 20-second respawn timer.
A DWW is just the key, I guess, because once we find the key, we take it for ourselves, we just open the box and everybody falls out. It is DW. We've locked him down in these mids. Once he's not able to do anything, and the mid fight fell apart completely. It is perfect from Squish to respond. I believe it was Squish who met him and took him down. And that was exactly what they needed. A sentry's being built up now by Mickey, and Sniper also picked up by Gwyn. They've got no scouts on this last point. Not that they need it, but the Uber's coming in now.
Yeah, that Uber will get used. They're coming in from the far right side, looking at it from Bilbert's perspective. They're looking to convert a second round very quickly, but Cal walks on the stickies that don't get cleared or dead. They lose their beam in this last fight. They actually lose 4 now, and potentially it's going to be Mackie dying as well on bats. This is horrible for Bilbert Fan Club and Bilbert fans in general, as Rapid Eye Movement successfully thwarts the last push and prevents that score from going 2-3 for now.
That is a full wipe from Bilbert there, and that's a momentum killer for sure, because you had the momentum, you won the round, you pushed them all the way back to last, you got on the point, and then it was all stuffed immediately after. Again, we got to watch for DWW here, because he's the one who's kind of been making stuff happen. Looks like he's trying to make something happen right now.
Yeah, it does look like they are going for it, but does actually look like things are slowing down. They don't really need to kill many players on the side of Bilbert for them to back up. They knew that they were kind of losing things very, very early on, so they just decided to get out of there, keep Cal alive, and make sure they can hold on to last. Meatball Freak did use to try and get that kill. It does look like Bilbert wants to re-aggress in, but now that they've lost their players, they really can't make things happen, and they have to.
Oh,
they kind
especially
of
with the
have to go
demo.
back to last. Yeah, this is
Especially
not
with the
good.
demo going down. This is you gotta. It's super awkward now. You gotta cap this point before you're securing the area in front of it, which I understand that perfectly. Right, you're securing the area in front of it so you can immediately get on this cap. We already got a scout on it, and we're already capping. We gotta see if we can get a response done. The Uber comes down.
Yeah, Uber will come out. They are trying to make something happen, but unfortunately, they're not really going to be able to pick up much more than Synthril and Vidhan there. They're trying their hardest to, try and push out, but I think with Rapid Eye Movement getting this close to Uber, all they have to do is wait for Synthril to spawn. Vidhan is going to be with the rest of his team here, and Rapid Eye Movement is in a very good position to either high bomb into second and kind of just take it for free, or they're going to exchange in and just roll all the way into last. It looks like DW going to be making it fat inside of Cafe. We'll take down Mackie and Cal. Floyd going to go down to Gwen as well. Squish jumps away. Will get taken down by Mickey here as Rapid Eye Movement uses to get into 2 and wants to probably just steamroll this into last.
DW stands for don't worry, because he's got this. Don't worry about it. I've got it. We'll get it done. And he gets another med pick right there, and it's really been him. He's just been that guy. He's been getting stuff done. He's been what they make plays around, and he's the playmaker. He's just hitting his shots exactly when he needs to, and those shots have been crucial to the success of Rapid Eye Movement.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Rapid Eye Movement has DW has been making it very, very big for the side of Rapid Eye Movement. They've been doing a lot of work. They've been making a lot of space. They've been making a lot of plays as well. They have been trying a whole lot to make things happen, and they have been successful pretty much 9 times out of 10. Does look like they're going to be Ubering in through Dungeon here, though. Sentry hasn't gone down. It's over by Barrels. Does get taken down finally, but that Uber is pretty much over. They probably will find Squish just before it ends, which does maybe give them an opportunity to push in. They have a little bit of cap time here as Vidhan tries to come in, but the Pudis is up for the side of Bilbert Fan Club, and Rapid Eye Movement's push has been thwarted for the time being.
That push felt awkward, that we wanted to get in, we got in, and then we just kind of backed out. But we're looking to come out now for Dilbert, and we've got a full Uber over Meatball Freak right now. It's 50% he's got. We're posturing. They're backing up. They know they have to give space here because they could go down. We do see the spy coming in from the back, looking to get something done, but Finn is already watching. Finn has stayed here to make sure nobody's capping, and nobody will be there. Finn looking for a pick, though, and he gets the stab on the demo.
Yeah, we'll be able to find Mackie here. It does look like Mickey going to be able to find Squish as well. So many players are down for the side of Bilbert Fan Club. Meatball Freak is about to get their Uber as well. Synthril is probably going to die, aggressing a little too far. Somehow manages to survive by the skin of his teeth, though. A lot of cap time coming out. Spawners are now on the table for the side of Bilbert Fan Club. If Cal can just stay on top of the point with an Ubered player for a little bit, maybe catch out some players that aren't in the Uber. Vidhan is going in onto the point. Finds backstab onto Cal. That's going to be big. Damage is permanent on the side of Bilbert Fan Club now. And I think this may just be the window that Rapid Eye Movement needs to make the scoreline 4-1 as long as they play this properly. Does look like Mickey going to go in for the cap. Gwen is going to be able to snipe Floyd here as well. Does look like they are losing a lot of their players, though. Spawners coming in again from the side of Bilbert Fan Club. That is going to be yet another push attempt from the side of Rapid Eye Movement, shut down by Bilbert.
The spy getting the pick on the med, too. You saw the way he was dancing. I guess he was convincing enough. He was dancing, trying to, imitate. I guess it was the scout. Wasn't sure exactly what he had on for the disguise, but he was able to convince him and get that med pick. But now we're having a re-push in by Bilbert Fan Club, able to get this secondary point of theirs, and they're looking to get this midpoint. And it's safe posturing from Rapid Eye Movement here. They don't want to go too fast. They're waiting. They've got somebody from behind, though. You see the spy here. He's still here, looking for the med.
Yeah, Vidhan is still up on that spy. I guess very committed to it. Yeah, does beef. Hasn't been found yet. I mean, they know he's around. They know he exists.
Is also around. He's all the way in the back here.
Yeah, DW is kind of just drawing their eyes away. I mean, if Vidhan had an opportunity to come up as Spy and, you know, get in behind and make things happen, then they could absolutely take this opportunity now. But he goes back to spawn, will be swapping back off to Soldier, knows that it's more valuable to have the Soldier there in this situation. Sticky's on that wall, somehow doesn't get onto Synthral here. I guess they're holding. Floyd will go down here, one Soldier down for the side of Bilbert Fan Club. A lot of high SV and DW are able to find Cal. Big drop to have for the side of Rapid Eye Movement, as now they're just looking to waddle forward. It's going to be a big chase from DW, launching Mackie up into the air, is able to find Squish, but does get taken down, doesn't have the final rocket to get the kill, but I think is going to get pinched by pretty much everybody on the side of Rem.
Yeah, and he goes down there. I mean, that's exactly what you... we had such a distraction from DWW there, because they sent 2 back, and then they sent the scout back into mid, but the Soldier was still chasing. They were still posturing to make sure he didn't come in. Uber comes in, though.
Yeah, Uber will get popped from the side of Rem. They know that Cal won't have. They're getting cap time, drawing eyes, trying to get picks on whoever comes in, but they lose Meatball Freak. Finn going to be able to find it. V going to go down as well. Mickey is going to be able to find Finn. Chad will find Mickey, though. DWW and Synthral both going to go down there. And that's another last push from Rem. I'm not sure what they're trying to change during their last pushes to make things happen, but I mean, they've got to change something up.
It's really kind of falling apart. I just feel like they might just be standing a bit close together and just all getting hit by the same splash damage. I'm trying to see it myself as well. It's a little difficult, though, with just how much is going on right now. You see the sniper coming out from one and down and out into the dirt. He gets picked, and they're getting pushed out of mid. Look behind, though. You see the Soldier.
Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty good push from the side of Bilbert Fan Club. If they were able to find Meatball Freak, that would be even better for them, but they at least have these 2 picks. And it does look like Meatball Freak... no, actually, they're not going to be going in. They're just kind of chilling. They're just, you know, walking around. They're just hanging around, really. I mean, there's nothing they can really do in this situation. They're playing back on concrete, just trying to stay away, as far away from the Soldiers as they possibly can, trying to make sure that they don't get forced, and they are going to be successful in doing so. They're going to back up all the way. They stall long enough to maintain that Uber, but it does look like Cal will get their Uber in time to push into this last. They're actually going in very, very early, all things considered. Uber has been got by Cal. They're going to use early at about the same time, actually, as Rapid Eye Movement. Rapid Eye Movement is looking to find as many picks as they possibly can, and the Uber isn't looking great for Bilbert. So they're going to have to back out here and set themselves up on second, probably playing back by Cafe, as now is probably the time that Rem is going to push out.
Tooth and nail is what this last point pushes have been. Tooth and nail from both teams, and now, again, they got to back up and make sure their teeth and nails are safe and go back to mid. They're losing second, 2, Rapid Eye Movement, and unfortunately, it's just these pushes onto last have not come together. In the previous rounds, we've just been able to, you know, rapid push these down and secure them. But this time around, it's just not clicking. We got to be hitting more shots. We can't be getting hit by as much stuff. And it's just, everybody seems to just be getting hit by all the splash damage. We've been talking about DWW, and we're talking about Squish going into the dirt, getting squished himself. And that is not what you want to see.
Yeah, it is not what you want to see at all. Oh my goodness. Downward direct from Floyd will take out DW. Us hit a nice rocket on the part of DW onto Cal, but unfortunately they're not quite able to get anything. Finn is up on Spy. I'm pretty certain this is...
he almost got blown up by the random demo explosion. I'm sorry I cut you off, but he almost just died out of nowhere because the demo decided to pop.
Yeah, I think Finn is kind of playing calm Spy for at least the time being. Yeah, he's on Cloak and Dagger. He is slowly moving towards Dungeon. He is moving up towards the stairs now. Is going for that D-Cloak. Hasn't yet been spotted. Is getting in towards the beam. Has been spotted now. Fail stab. Tries to shoot. Meatball Freak down. But gets deleted by Mickey here. And this will probably be Bilbert Fan Club playing closer towards their own choke, as now they're down 3 players.
Yeah, this is not looking good if you are Bilbert Fan Club right now. You got to back up. You tried to make the spy play. All right. it didn't work out. So you got to walk away. It would have been really, really funny if that trap randomly blew up because he was trying to reset it, so he blew it up. And if it killed the spy, but it did not that time around. He tried to make the play, he beefed the stab, and unfortunately, it looks like we're jumping in now, and we dropped the med.
Yeah, that will be Cal going down, but actually, this looks nuclear for Rapid Eye Movement as well. But Floyd, just before he goes down with his last dying breath, will be able to take down Meatball Freak, but I don't think it really matters. This will be the end of the round, but they still have one more on the side of Bilbert to take things home. They could perform a reverse sweep. We could see something similar to Clearcut. While the match timer says 3 minutes 55, we do have continuous overtime on, so the match won't end until either team reaches 5 points. It is entirely possible for Bilbert to perform a reverse sweep here, but time will tell what they do.
Right now, though, again, we're not going into... DW has learned his lesson that he can't go over aggressive right now. Synthro, though, learning a lesson with how much damage he can take. But the other demo goes down.
Yeah, both demos will die here. Floyd takes himself out with his own rocket, and unfortunately for Bilbert Fan Club, they are going to have to back all the way out. Probably play by their own shutter. Actually, they're going to play on bats here. The safer position looks like DW going to be going in for the bomb. Won't be able to find anything, but does get help from making Synthro. Will be able to clean up Finn here, and I think Rapid Eye Movement is looking to make quick work of this next round. They're bombing forward. Nice rockets from DW. Is going to be able to find Chad Butterspoon from Floyd. Even players for both teams. Cal does not yet have Uber, though. Squish is on Sniper. There's so much cap time here. They bomb forward. Uber comes out from the side of Rapid Eye Movement, but they see 9. They don't have anyone looking at the point. There's so many players dead. Rapid Eye Movement takes home the amateur semifinals in a 2-map, I wouldn't say roll, but they kind of rolled on Sunshine, I'm not going to lie.
They're heading to the finals now after that win. That is, wow. That last round was so back and forth, and then for all of a sudden, it just they flicked the switch, and it was just boom. They go right through, and that was, man.
Yeah, I mean,
we were talking about how clinical and clean they were before, and it was just everybody cleaned it up. Everybody got it. There was no mess. No, the only mess that was there was the mess that they made taking down the other team, because that was just absolutely clinical from Rapid Eye Movement.
Yeah, Rapid Eye Movement really played well on Sunshine there, and they showed that no matter what map they're on, they are going to bring their A game. And like I said just now, that they kind of showed that, you know, they're very well. DW is oh no, did I explode? Like I said,
you went into the void there for a moment.
Yeah, it happens. My internet. Oh well. Like I was saying, Rapid Eye Movement played very well. They showed that no matter what map they play on, they are going to play it very carefully. They are going to play it very decisively, and they are going to do everything they can to take home the win in a very dominant fashion. They did lose a couple rounds to Bilbert Fan Club, but I mean, at the end of the day, the amount of rounds you win in playoffs doesn't really matter. It's all about getting those game wins. So you could have the closest match of your life, or you could have the most far apart match of your life, and it won't matter. But looking at these logs here, DW 337 DPM, 23 and 23, with 292 DTM. Pretty good stat line, especially if you're going to be roaming as much as DW was. Kind of just, I mean, he was in Bilbert Fan Club's face pretty often and kind of just got away with it. I mean, he wouldn't get shot very often.
Those first 3 rounds was the driving factor. In round 3, he literally set up that entire round by launching Cal right into his demo man's face and giving him the freest kill in such a dramatic and pleasant way. It's like, ooh, a medic, you know, like it was such a good pick. It was so well done by DW. And that's just round 4 was or was it round 5? I'm not sure which it was exactly, but it was a little bit of a, you know, back and forth. a little bit of issue, but afterwards we cleaned it up and we got it. The final round was able to we went absolutely full ham and we finished it out. It was clean.
Yeah. I mean, that was just those were great maps from.
Yeah, he's get pulled into the void again. This is brutal. My man's just, they don't want to they want to keep him.
They want me in the void really, really bad, but I'm not going to let them keep me down there. Like I was saying, Rapid Eye Movement, they played very well. It was a very good series from them. Not to discredit Bilbert, though, as they got a lot of those rounds pretty close. But, I mean, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, and you have to be decisive when you're playing TF2 here. You have to make sure you close out that round. You can't just show up to their last and almost get the cap there and expect things to go that way. And unfortunately for Bilbert Fan Club fans, that is going to be the way of the road. It is going to be a 2-0 win for Rapid Eye Movement. And I think that is going to do it for us at Fireside tonight. Do you have any shout outs before we turn off the stream here?
Thank you, Dr. Underscore, for being the wonderful production and bringing the stream to everybody here. But other than that, that's all I got.
All right. Well, same thing here. Shout out Underscore for the production. And of course, shout out to you for casting this great series with me tonight. I've been Eki with Not a Valve Game in the booth, and we will see you next time we cover a game here on Fireside.